ha ha. Oh, I love this part. The moment right before the mask slips off, before the truth comes spilling out like a bad joke with a killer punchline. You feel it too, don't you? That tension, that sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach. It's like the buildup in a horror movie, right before the big reveal, when you realize the monster isn't hiding under the bed. No, no, no. The monster has been sitting next to you the whole time, smiling, nodding along, pretending to be your friend. Oh, this is rich. You trusted them. You actually believed the sweet little lies they fed you, swallowed them down like candy. And now you're here, standing in the dark, wondering what went wrong. But don't worry, don't beat yourself up. It's a classic story. Boy meets betrayal. Betrayal breaks boy's heart. And the cycle goes on, like a carousel of broken promises. Round and round we go. But wait. Shh. Do you hear that? The laughter's fading now, isn't it? The joke isn't as funny anymore, because the punchline isn't some clever twist. It's a cold, hard truth, and it's staring you right in the face. You see, the joke was never on them. It was on you. And it hurts, doesn't it? That realization, that gut-wrenching moment when you finally get it. When the fog lifts and you see the game for what it really was. It wasn't just a little prank. It was a setup from the start. They played you, twisted your trust, and watched you dance like a puppet on their strings. And now, here you are, standing in the aftermath, staring at the wreckage of everything you thought was real. The laughter's stopped because it's not funny anymore. It's tragic. It's pathetic. It's the kind of story that makes people turn their heads away because they don't want to look too closely. They're afraid they might see themselves in your reflection. You feel that sting, don't you? The burn in your chest, like you swallowed a mouthful of acid. That's the taste of betrayal, of naivety dissolving in the harsh light of reality. It's bitter, isn't it? But it's also cleansing. It strips away the lies, the illusions. It leaves you raw, exposed, but it's the only way to see things clearly. Here we are. The laughter's gone, and all that's left is the truth, dark, cold, and unflinching. You trusted them, and they turned your trust into a weapon. They smiled while they did it, made you feel safe, made you feel loved. And now you're left with the scars, the memories, the regrets. And them? They're already looking for their next victim, their next pawn to use and discard. But this isn't their story anymore. It's yours. And you get to decide how it ends. No more jokes, no more games, just the cold, hard truth. And it's time you faced it. You ever wonder why they always smile when you're around? But the moment your back is turned, the whispers start. Yeah, I know you do. You feel it in your gut, don't you? that crawling sensation, the itch you can't scratch, the one that tells you something ain't right. It's because they've been feeding you lies, hand over fist, while you sat there nodding like a puppet on strings. Trust, such a fragile little thing, isn't it? A thin thread they wrap around your neck, tighter and tighter, until one day, snap, it breaks. And so do you. They play with your trust like it's some kind of game. But games have rules, don't they? And this one, it's rigged. You were never meant to win. They played you and you let them. That's the truth, isn't it? You gave them the keys to your kingdom, opened the doors wide and said, "Here, take whatever you want." And they did. Oh, they did. They took your kindness, your loyalty, your faith. They drained you dry and left you there, empty, like a husk, a shell of the person you used to be. It's funny, really, how they make you feel like the villain for even questioning it. You start to wonder if maybe you are the problem. Maybe you are too sensitive, too weak. But let me tell you something. What they don't want you to see. It's not you who's broken. It's them. They've been shattered for a long time, long before you came into the picture. They use you as glue, trying to piece together their own mess. But it doesn't work like that. It never does. You know the saddest part? You still want to believe them. Even now, after everything, there's a part of you that clings to the hope that maybe they didn't mean it, that maybe it was all a misunderstanding. But deep down, you know the truth. They never saw you as a person, just a tool, a means to an end. Your trust was their game, and the consequences, they're real. You're feeling them right now, aren't you? That hollow ache in your chest, the one that makes it hard to breathe. That's the cost of trusting the untrustworthy. They built you up just so they could watch you fall. It's their favorite part. The moment you hit the ground, shattered and bruised, while they stand there pretending to be surprised. Oh, how could this happen? They say, but it's all part of the act, the mask they wear so well. They're the real performers here, not me. No, I just tell it like it is. And here's the kicker. They'll never admit it. Even if you confront them, lay it all out, piece by piece, they'll deny it. They'll twist your words, gaslight you until you're questioning your own reality. It's all a part of the manipulation, the control they crave. They need to be the hero in their own story, and you're just the tragic side character. The one who trusted too much and paid the price. But listen closely, because this is where it gets interesting. You think this is your downfall? You think this is where your story ends? Oh no, this is where it begins. This is the part where you get up, wipe the blood off your face, and smile. Because now you see them for what they are. Now you know the rules of the game, and it's your turn to play. They wanted you broken, but all they did was show you the cracks in their own mask. And once you see those cracks, you can't unsee them. It's like looking into a shattered mirror. You can try to piece it back together, but it'll never be the same. The reflection is distorted, ugly, but it's the truth. And the truth, it's more powerful than any lie they could ever tell. So here's what you do. You stand up, you face them, and you don't say a word. Just look them in the eye and let them feel the weight of their own deceit. Let them choke on it, because the consequences they never thought about, they're coming, and they're coming hard. Every lie, every manipulation, every stab in the back, it all comes back around. It's karma, baby, and it's got a funny way of showing up when you least expect it. You trusted them, and they turned it into a weapon. But a weapon cuts both ways, doesn't it? They thought they were clever, thought they were untouchable. But the higher you climb on a ladder of lies, the harder the fall when it breaks. And it will break. Because lies, they're fragile. They can't stand under the weight of the truth. You're stronger than this. I can see it. Beneath all that pain, all that disappointment, there's a fire burning. You want revenge, don't you? You want to make them feel every ounce of the hurt they put you through. But that's too easy. That's what they'd expect. No, you're going to do something much better. You're going to live. You're going to thrive. You're going to become everything they said you couldn't be, and you're going to do it without them. That's the real revenge, you see. Not the screaming, not the crying, not the blood. It's the silence. It's the indifference. It's showing them that they never had the power to break you. Not really. They tried to play you like a pawn, but you're not a pawn. You're the whole damn board. And now, it's time to flip it. Burn it all down if you have to, but don't you dare let them win. Don't you dare give them the satisfaction of seeing you crumble. Trust, it was their game. But it's your move now. And the consequences? Oh, they're real, all right? And they're coming for them, not for you. You know what they don't tell you about trust? It's a double-edged sword. It's the hand you reach out, open and vulnerable. And it's the same hand they use to stab you in the back. You gave them that blade, and they didn't hesitate, did they? No second thoughts, no remorse, just a quick, sharp twist of the knife. And you stood there in shock, trying to figure out why it hurts so much, why the blood feels warm as it runs down your spine. Let me explain it to you in a way they never will. It's not the knife that hurts the most. It's the betrayal. It's the look in their eyes as they plunge it deeper, the smirk they try to hide, the satisfaction they get from seeing you in pain. They think they've won. They think they've broken you, that you're done, finished, game over. But you and I, we know better. don't we? Because pain is a powerful teacher. It strips away the illusions, the lies, the pretty little masks people wear. When you're in pain, when you're suffering, you see things clearly. You see people for who they really are. The ones who step back and watch you bleed. The ones who smile while they hold the blade. They show you everything you need to know. And here's the lesson they didn't count on. The more they hurt you, the stronger you become. It's ironic, really. They think they're tearing you down, when in reality, they're forging you into something sharper, harder. Every scar is a lesson, every wound a reminder. It's like tempering steel. Every strike, every blow makes it stronger. You're that steel now, shaped in the fire of betrayal. You see, they expected you to break, to shatter like glass. But glass is fragile. You're not glass. You're something they've never dealt with before. You're unbreakable. They can try to crush you, grind you into the dirt, but all they're doing is polishing the diamond. And the funny thing about diamonds, they cut through anything, even the hardest stone. Look at them now, though. Look at their faces when they realize you're still standing. Confusion, fear. It's beautiful, isn't it? The way their confidence cracks, the way their smug little smiles falter. They thought they knew you, thought they had you figured out. But they only knew the version of you that needed them, the version of you that trusted them. This new version, it's something they can't handle. It scares them, because now you're unpredictable. Now you're the one with the power. You know their game, and you've decided not to play by their rules anymore. You've stepped off their board and flipped the pieces onto the ground. You don't need their validation, their approval. You don't need anything from them. That's the beauty of it. The moment you stop needing them, you take away all their power. They can't control you anymore, can't manipulate you with their sweet lies and empty promises. They lose the grip they had over your mind, your heart. And what's left? Just the cold, harsh truth. The truth that they're the ones who are weak, who are hollow inside. They need someone to trust them, because without it, they're nothing. Just shadows clinging to the light, desperate not to disappear. You trusted them, and they turned that trust into chains. But here's the thing about chains. They're only as strong as your belief in them. And once you realize you can break free, once you understand that you've been holding the key this whole time, well, the chains fall away, don't they? And you're left standing there, free, while they scramble to pick up the pieces. But freedom, it's a terrifying thing for someone who's spent their whole life in chains. It's raw, it's wild, it's unpredictable. And that's what you are now. You're chaos. You're the storm they never saw coming. They thought they could predict you, control you. But now, Now you're the one writing the script. And the ending? It's not what they expected. You see, they wanted you to play the victim. They needed you to be weak, to be broken, because it made them feel powerful. It made them feel like gods standing above you, looking down at the wreckage they caused. But gods fall, just like anyone else. And when they do, it's not a graceful descent. It's a crash, a collapse. It's messy, it's brutal, and it's loud. And you're the one who's going to watch it happen. You're the one who's going to stand there, untouched, unmoved, while their world crumbles around them. They'll look at you, desperate for some kind of reaction, some sign that they still matter. But you won't give it to them. Not anymore. They'll scream your name, begging for the trust you once gave so freely. But it's gone. It's gone forever. They gambled with something priceless, and they lost. And the price of that loss? It's everything. They can't buy back what they broke, can't fix what they shattered with their lies. It's irreparable, and that's the consequence they never saw coming. Let them play their games. Let them spin their webs of deceit. It doesn't matter anymore. You're not part of their story. You're writing your own now, and it's a story they don't belong in. They're the past, dead weight. You cut the cord, and you're lighter for it. So take a deep breath. Feel the air in your lungs, the strength in your bones. You're still here. You survived their games, their manipulation. And now it's your turn to move forward. Not with bitterness, not with rage. No, that's what they want. You move forward with a cold, calm indifference. You leave them behind in the ashes of their own making. They thought your trust was their toy, their plaything. But trust isn't something you can take back once it's broken. It's gone, forever. And the consequences of that, they're real, they're permanent, and they're staring them right in the face, reflected in the emptiness where your loyalty used to be. You're not their pawn anymore. You're the king on this board now, and they're left scrambling, trying to figure out where they went wrong. But it's too late. The game is over, and you've already won. Oh, they didn't expect you to make it this far, did they? They counted on you folding, on you giving up the moment the pressure hit. They thought they knew every card in your hand, but they didn't realize you've got aces hidden up your sleeve. And now, they're the ones left scrambling, trying to figure out what went wrong. Funny, isn't it? The ones who were so sure they had all the power, now choking on their own arrogance. You know why this is so satisfying? It's not just the irony of it. It's the revelation. It's the moment they see you for what you've become, the monster they created. They tried to turn you into their victim, but instead, they've made you something else entirely. You're the darkness now, the shadow they can't escape. You're the living reminder of their own failures, the consequence they never saw coming. You want to know why they toyed with your trust? It wasn't because they needed to. No, it was because it gave them a sense of control, a twisted sense of power. It made them feel big, like they were pulling the strings, and you were just a puppet dancing to their tune. But here's the truth, the one they don't want to admit. They needed your trust more than you ever needed them. It was their lifeline, their way of feeling important, of feeling like they mattered. Without it, they're nothing. Just empty shells, hiding behind masks of their own making. And now, those masks are cracking. You can see it, can't you? The way their eyes dart around, the way they stutter and stumble over their words when they try to explain themselves. They're afraid. Afraid. Because they know you've seen through the illusion. You've pulled back the curtain and seen the pathetic little figure pulling the levers, trying to play the role of the great manipulator. But it's all smoke and mirrors. It always was. They built this house of lies on the foundation of your trust, and now the ground is crumbling beneath their feet. It's collapsing, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. They're panicking, trying to patch up the cracks, but it's too late. The walls are falling, and all they can do is watch. You gave them everything, and in return, they gave you betrayal. They handed you the knife and guided your hand straight into your own back. And you know what the sickest part is? They did it with a smile. They made you believe it was for your own good, that the pain was somehow your fault. They twisted your reality, made you question everything you knew, just to keep you under their thumb. But look at you now. You're not on your knees anymore. You're standing tall, and you're looking down at them for a change. They're the ones groveling, begging for forgiveness, for another chance. But why should you give it to them? They didn't hesitate to destroy you when it suited them. They didn't stop to think about the consequences when they played their little games. So why should you? They're drowning in the mess they created. And you? You're standing on the shore, watching the waves pull them under. It's poetic, in a way. They tried to bury you, but they forgot you're the type who grows roots, even in the darkest soil. They thought they were cutting you down, but they were just pruning away the dead weight. And now you're stronger for it. Oh, they'll try to rewrite the story. They'll try to play the victim, twist the narrative to make you look like the bad guy. They'll tell everyone you're the one who changed, who became cold, unfeeling. But you and I both know the truth. You didn't change, you evolved, you adapted. You learned the hard way that trust isn't a gift you give freely. It's a weapon, one that can be used against you if you're not careful. You let them in, gave them a seat at your table, and they spat in your face. They took your kindness for weakness, your loyalty for naivety. But that's their mistake, not yours. It's on them for underestimating you, for thinking they could play with fire and not get burned. Now, you've got a choice to make. You can forgive them, let them back in, give them another chance to play their games. Or you can shut the door in their face, walk away, and never look back. The old you might have hesitated, might have given them the benefit of the doubt. But the new you, the one who's seen their true colors, you know better. You're not here to play games anymore. You're here to win. And winning doesn't mean holding on to people who only drag you down. It means cutting them loose, freeing yourself from their lies, their manipulation. It means rising above the ashes they tried to bury you in. They don't deserve your trust. They don't deserve your loyalty. They don't deserve you. And that's the harsh truth they're going to have to live with. They gambled with something priceless, something irreplaceable, and they lost. Now, they're left with nothing but regret. While you're moving forward, leaving them behind in the dust. You know what the best part is? They'll never find someone like you again. They'll search and search, desperate to fill the void you left behind. But they'll only find cheap imitations, hollow replacements. And that's their punishment, to live with the knowledge that they had something real, something rare, and they threw it away. You were their game, but now you're the consequence. You're the shadow that lingers in their minds, the reminder of everything they lost. And every time they look at someone new, every time they try to build that same trust again, they'll remember you. They'll remember what it felt like to have your loyalty, your faith, your love, and they'll feel the sting of its absence like a knife to the heart. Because that's what happens when you play with someone's trust. You don't just lose it. You destroy any chance of ever getting it back. And once it's gone forever. So let them live with that. Let them sit in the silence of their own making, haunted by the echoes of what used to be. You don't owe them anything. Not an explanation, not a second chance, nothing. You've given enough. Now, it's time to take back what's yours, your power, your peace, your freedom. Walk away with your head held high, knowing that you survived their games, their lies. And that's the greatest revenge of all. You ever think about what happens next? After all this, after the betrayal, the lies, the shattered pieces left on the floor, I'll tell you, nothing. The world doesn't stop for your pain. The sun rises, the clock ticks on, and people keep smiling their fake little smiles like nothing ever happened. It's sickening, isn't it? How easily they move on, like your trust was just another game they played, another trophy on their shelf. But here's what they don't understand. This isn't just another loss for you. This was your breaking point. They turned you into something new, something they don't recognize. They took everything you gave and threw it back in your face. And now you're the storm on the horizon, the darkness that's coming to collect what's owed. They thought they could just walk away, didn't they? Thought they could leave you in the ruins, pick up the pieces of your trust, and build themselves a new life without consequence. But the past, it's got a funny way of catching up. It lingers in the shadows, whispering reminders when they least expect it. They'll be lying in bed at night, staring up at the ceiling, and your face will flash before their eyes. The guilt will start to gnaw at them, eating away at their insides like acid. You're not just a memory to them, you're a scar, a constant reminder of their own ugliness. Every time they look at someone else, every time they try to trust again, they'll remember what they did to you. It'll haunt them like a ghost they can't get rid of. And that's the consequence they never thought about. They were so busy playing their games, they forgot that sometimes the game plays back. They wanted to break you, but all they did was crack the shell and unleash the part of you they were afraid of. The part that doesn't care anymore. The part that sees right through their lies. They made a mistake. A fatal one, thinking you'd be the same after this. But you're not, are you? You've got a new edge now, a sharpness in your voice, a coldness in your eyes that wasn't there before, and it terrifies them. They don't know what to do with you now. They can't manipulate you, can't control you, because you've seen the strings they use to pull everyone's puppet. You cut those strings, burned them, and now you stand on your own 2 feet. They look at you and see a stranger, someone they can't predict, someone they can't use. And that scares them more than anything, because people like them. They thrive on predictability. They need you to be the same, to react the same way, to follow the same patterns. It's how they stay in control. But now you're the wild card, the unpredictable force they can't contain. You're chaos, you're destruction, and you're beautiful in your own way. Oh, they'll try to come back? You can bet on it. They'll try to slither their way back into your life with apologies, with half-hearted excuses, hoping you've softened, hoping you'll forget. They'll play the victim, turn on the waterworks, and tell you they made a mistake, that they didn't mean it. But you and I both know that's another lie. They knew exactly what they were doing. They just didn't expect you to figure it out. See, that's the difference between you and them now. You've grown from this, become something stronger, while they're still the same pathetic, empty shells they always were. They're stuck in the same cycle, repeating the same mistakes, while you're moving forward, leaving them behind. They used to have power over you, but not anymore. Now, when they look at you, they see the truth they've been running from. They see someone who doesn't need them, who never needed them. And that realization, it's gonna eat them alive. They'll try to fill the void you left, but it's like trying to fill an ocean with a teacup. It's impossible. You were the real one in a world full of fakes. You gave them something genuine, and they didn't know how to handle it. It scared them, so they did what cowards do. They destroyed it. They turned on you before you could see the cracks in their facade. They thought that by breaking your trust, they could protect themselves. But all they did was show you who they really are. Now they're the ones standing in the wreckage, trying to piece together their broken image, while you rise from the ashes. You've got nothing holding you back now. No strings, no chains, no lies. You're free, and there's nothing more dangerous than someone who has nothing left to lose. You know what you have now that they never will? Clarity. You see the world as it is, not through the rose-colored glasses of naive trust. You see the masks people wear, the games they play, and you're not fooled by it anymore. You've learned to read between the lines, to hear the lies hidden in sweet words. It's a gift, really, a gift they gave you when they tried to break you. So let them talk. Let them tell their stories, paint you as the villain, twist the narrative to make themselves look like the victims. It doesn't matter. You don't need their validation, their approval. You've got something far more powerful now: self-respect. You know who you are, what you've been through, and you don't owe anyone an explanation. You're done with the games, the lies, the manipulation. You've shed your old skin, the one that was soft, that trusted too easily. What's left is something harder, something unbreakable. You're not afraid of the dark anymore because you've been there. You faced your demons, and you came out the other side stronger. They tried to use your trust as a weapon, but it backfired. Now, you're the one holding the blade, and they're the ones on the defensive. They'll realize too late that they underestimated you. They thought they were playing with a pawn, but you've always been the queen on this board. And a queen, she moves however she wants. So stand tall. Let them see what they've done, what they've created. Let them feel the weight of their own actions. And when they look into your eyes, let them see the fire burning there, the one they thought they extinguished. Because you're not just surviving, you're thriving. The game is over. You've already won. They'll never admit it, you know. They'll never tell you the truth, that they're scared of you now, that every time they hear your name, their stomach twists in knots, because you're not who you used to be. You've changed, evolved. You've become something they can't predict, can't control. You've stepped out of their little box, broken free from the role they wrote for you, and now they're terrified. You see, people like them, they can only handle the version of you that fits their story. The moment you step out of their narrative, the moment you start thinking for yourself, you become a threat. You become the villain in their twisted fairy tale, the monster they never saw coming. And they'll do everything they can to paint you that way. They'll tell everyone you've changed, that you've become cold, distant, cruel. But you and I both know that's not true. You didn't change. You just stopped playing their game. They'll call you heartless, say you've lost your way. But what they really mean is that you've stopped letting them use you. You've stopped bending over backwards to make them comfortable while they trampled all over your trust. You've finally put yourself first, and that scares the hell out of them, because it means they don't have a hold on you anymore. You want to know what their biggest fear is? It's not losing you. No, it's realizing that they never really had you to begin with. They thought they owned you, thought they had you wrapped around their little finger. But all they had was an illusion, a mirage they created in their own minds. And now that the smoke has cleared, they're left staring at the truth. You were never theirs. You were always your own person. They just didn't want to see it. It's almost poetic, isn't it? The way they tried so hard to trap you, to keep you in their cage, only to end up locking themselves inside. They built this whole facade, this web of lies and manipulation, thinking they were the ones in control. But now, they're the ones caught in it, tangled up in their own deceit. And you? You're free. You've got your clarity now, your perspective. You see things for what they really are, not what they pretended them to be. You see the cracks in their mask, the insecurity hiding behind those fake smiles. They used to be so good at hiding it, at playing the role of the perfect friend, the perfect lover, the perfect family member. But not anymore. Not from you. You've looked behind the curtain, seen the wizard for what he truly is. Just a scared little person pulling strings, hoping no one notices how small he really is. They thought they could keep the illusion going forever, that you'd never see through their act. But now that you have, they're scrambling, panicking, trying to figure out how to put the mask back on, but it's too late. You've seen too much. You can't unsee it now. You can't go back to being the person who trusted them blindly, who believed in their lies without question. That person is gone, and what's left is someone they don't know how to deal with, someone who doesn't buy into their bullshit anymore. They'll try to gaslight you, make you doubt yourself. They'll tell you you're overreacting, that you're being paranoid. They'll twist your words, make you feel like you're the one who's crazy, but you're not. You're awake now. You're seeing things as they really are. And that's something they can't handle. Because the truth is, they need you more than you ever needed them. They fed off your trust, your loyalty. It was their lifeline, their way of feeling important, of feeling like they mattered. Without it, they're nothing. Just empty shells, hollow and cold. They can't stand the silence, the emptiness left behind when you're gone. It echoes around them, a constant reminder of what they lost. And that's the beauty of it. They thought they were using you, manipulating you, but in the end, they were the ones who needed you. They built their entire identity around your trust, your belief in them. And now that it's gone, they're lost, floundering in the dark, trying to find a new source of validation, a new person to latch onto. But it won't be the same. It can't be, because you were different. You were real. They'll spend the rest of their lives looking for someone like you, trying to recreate what they had, but they won't find it, because people like you don't come around twice. You were a once-in-a-lifetime kind of person, and they blew it. They threw it all away for the sake of their games, their lies, and now they're the ones paying the price. So let them search. Let them wander through the emptiness, trying to fill the void you left behind. You don't need to watch. You've got better things to do, bigger things ahead. You've shed your old skin, stepped into a new version of yourself, one they can't touch, can't hurt. And when they look back, years from now, when they're sitting alone, surrounded by the wreckage of their own choices, they'll remember you. They'll remember what they did, how they betrayed the only real person who ever cared about them. And that memory, it'll be their curse. It'll haunt them, a ghost that whispers in their ear every time they close their eyes. You don't need to lift a finger. You don't need to seek revenge. Your existence, your success, your happiness, that's the real vengeance. That's the knife twisting in their gut every single day. They'll see you thriving, rising higher and higher, while they sink deeper into the pit they dug for themselves. You were their game, but the consequences? They're living them now. Every lie they told, every time they took your trust and shattered it, they're paying for it. It's the kind of pain that doesn't go away. The kind that lingers, festers, and grows. And the best part? They did it to themselves. You've won, not because you played the game better, but because you stopped playing it entirely. You walked away with your dignity, your self-respect intact. You walked away stronger, wiser. And them? They're left with nothing but the ashes of their own deceit. So stand tall. Keep moving forward. Leave them in the past where they belong. You've got a new chapter to write, and it's going to be a masterpiece. One they'll never get to be a part of. Because your trust was their game, but the consequences, oh, they're real, and they're theirs to bear.